Today's sponsor is the Federal Reserve, printing tomorrow's toilet paper today. Welcome to the Crypto Market Minute. I'm Doug. Let's get to the charts. Yesterday gave us a really good lesson. So we were talking about this run up here on good volume right here at the end, and I had given us a warning, hey, at other times when we've gotten the volume right at the end, it rolled over and came back down. And thank you to Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman. They gave us a nice day and lesson day yesterday. So you can see what happened as soon as they announced that they were raising rates. Every market came trashing in. So stocks, bonds, futures, cryptocurrencies, literally everything did this right here, which was it. Everything just went to hell in a handbasket. So let's go out to the daily chart and let's see exactly what that looks like. So as you can see, we had a nice candle here, but it didn't break any pivots really, so we can't say that one candle does not a change in trend make. It requires follow through. And this is always the thing when we talk about candle by candle analysis. So we got a nice candle here, and so we don't know at this time what is going to follow, right? So we've got a nice candle here, but it's the next candle, what happens next, that makes all the difference in the world, right? So we don't want to automatically go long here because number one, what is the long-term trend here? You can see that we've been in a downtrend. I know we're sideways here over the last several months, but still, you got to say, if you put a marble right here, what direction is the marble going to roll? Is it going to go down the hill or is it going to go up this way? Well, obviously, you put a marble here, it's going down this way because this is a downtrend overall. So this is obviously not a position where we would just, back up the truck and mortgage our house and go long in, because overall we're still in kind of a downtrend or a sloppy sideways trend here over the last couple of months. So this is not a buy signal per se. This would be a very aggressive early buy signal, but it's not one that I would take. So we want to see what happens next. Well, when you get a candle like that following it, completely engulfing it, so it opened up even and then completely trashed this and everything over here for weeks and weeks. So that is a really bearish sign, and we're doing it on some volume here. So we'll have to see where this goes, whether this is just a knee-jerk reaction to the Fed raising rates and whether we can stabilize and hold here or whether it's going to start a move lower. So that's the thing that we want to look for here. Let's compare it with a couple of other charts. So again, you'll remember we were talking about Cardano and this strong move up, which was really nice, leading Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we were getting this shallow pullback here. And we were saying, we want to stay here above this 50% area of this move here, because that's the bullish move. If it comes down, it puts the whole move in question, right? And of course, with Powell announcing, it wiped out that whole move. Now, as you'll see, this, comparing it to the Bitcoin chart that we just looked at, this is not as damaging as the Bitcoin was, because the Bitcoin literally completely engulfed all of this move and went lower. We're still holding above this bottom here, which is better. But again, when we have to compare it to the long-term chart here about what it's doing on the daily. And as you can see on the daily chart, that's pretty much engulfing the whole thing. So that negates this whole bullishness here. And again, it's because if you look at it in the long term, we are in a downtrend. So what we are looking for are clues that the trend is changing. And we had said, hey, if we can come down here and turn around, that would maybe create this nice little W pattern here. And we got that move up. But then because of the Federal Reserve raising rates, they literally wiped out this entire move here. So now it's in question. Because remember that failed patterns tell us as much as completed patterns, right? We always think about things, if we're getting a pattern, we want confirmation. But if you get a negated or a canceled pattern, that tells you information too. So we're very cautious right here, right? We know that we're in a downtrend. We were trying to hold this area here. If this follows through to the downside, then we know that this trend hasn't changed and we're still in a downtrend. So these are the type of things that we do every day. That's why you literally have to look candle by candle. Same thing here, look at these candles. So we were coming down, we got a really nice bottoming tail. So if this is a change in trend, if this were going, let me move that over so we can see that. So if this is where we were, and we were thinking, hey, we may be setting in a higher low here, we've got a nice bottoming tail, we're getting a little bit more volume, even though we would have preferred to have a big volume candle, capitulatory type volume. And so we have a potential setup, but then the next day, you see it completely engulfs that, so that is negating that pattern. So that tells us we're not done yet. And of course, it moved on down. Then again, possible setup here of a trend change, right? We got this big candle here. All right, it's looking great. We're maybe setting in a double bottom here, and then we're getting this candle negating it now. So that's why we literally have to look candle by candle and let them speak to us, speak candle language, so they can tell us what is going on in the minds of the market and other traders. And right now we can see that right now everybody is scared, everybody is hesitant to pile in. You can see we got low volume here, even on this big candle here is not the kind of volume we would want. So that is telling us that the market is not ready. It's still fearful. There are a lot of things out there in the market that is keeping people from committing dollars to it. So right now it is still holding or lower. We are not changing into a bullish pattern yet. So we will continue to watch this, but this is the type of information that we need to be looking at constantly when we're looking at charts. Not putting our own wants and desires into the charts, but objectively reading what the candles are telling us. Well, that's all for today. Listen, if you found this type of content helpful, consider joining our inner circle. There, I bring my 20 years professional trading experience to teach you the ins and outs of the markets and technical analysis. We'll do it in a way that's completely understanding, and you can start if you know absolutely nothing. If you do have some experience in the markets, you'll find it helpful as well. That's all for today. We'll see you back here on The Grasp.
Oh.